Hi everyone, the Football News channel is back with the latest news, updates and reports. But before we proceed to start, write in the comments below which signing you would wish to see the most before the transfer window shuts. Also, don't forget to leave us a like. And while you're typing, let's get the show on the pitch. Manchester United goalkeeper Andre Onana has resumed his international career in the Cameroon squad. He has been named in their final Africa Cup of Nations qualifier against Burundi. Previously, Onana left the Indomitable Lions after falling out with head coach Rigobert Song midway through the 2022 World Cup in Qatar. Benjamin Pavard has switched from Bayern Munich to Inter Milan. Here we go. The Italian side will pay 30 million euros plus 2 million in add-ons. Today, he is expected to undergo a medical checkup and pen a contract with the Nerazzurri. Barca have received an offer worth 15 to 20 million euros with their winger as update from a Saudi Arabia club, though the Moroccan rejected this option. Centre-back Virgil van Dijk could face a 4-match ban for his red card and unacceptable behavior towards the referee during the tie against Newcastle United. Manchester United have finally decided that Altay Bayindir from Fenerbahce will be their number 2 behind Andre Onana. The footballer has already passed his medical and the clubs are discussing final details of the 7 million euros deal. Brighton and Hove Albion have confirmed the signing of central midfielder Carlos Baleba from Lille for 30 million euros. Fulham have acquired the Belgian international right-back Timothy Castagne from Leicester City for a reported fee of around 13 million euros. The 27-year-old performer has signed a contract valid for 4 years. Several prominent voices within the Real Madrid coaching staff have decided to promote the 18-year-old Argentine centre-half Nico Paz into the first-team roster. Clement Lenglet has told Barcelona that he is ready to leave the club and play in the Premier League. Aston Villa, coached by Unai Emery, are working on his move. The Frenchman spent the last season away on loan at Tottenham. Harry Maguire has finally turned down the transfer to West Ham United despite a £30 million agreement reached between the clubs. 20-year-old talent central midfielder Fermin Lopez, whom Xavi recently moved to the main roster, has signed a new contract with the Blaugrana until the summer of 2027. His new release clause is now worth 400 million euros. Besides Chelsea's Trevoh Chalobah, in order to fulfill the centre-back position, Bayern Munich are considering a move for Tottenham's Eric Dyer. Everton have bought the Portuguese striker Beto from Udinese on a 4-year contract for a reported 25 million euros plus 5 million add-ons. Barcelona have completed the transfer of 19-year-old Flamengo forward Peterson Novaes. He will join on an initial loan deal, playing for Barca Athletic side in the process. Tottenham Hotspur right-back Jet Spence has joined Leeds United on a 1-year-long loan for £1 million. No buyout option is included in the deal. Manchester United are closing in on the loan move for Lyon left-back Nicolas Tagliafico, who was a regular back at Ten Hag's Ajax. Talented Brazilian striker from Juventus, Caio Jorge, has joined Frosinone on loan for the season without a permanent option. Borussia Dortmund have made an offer to Southampton for Germany centre-back Armel Bella-Kotchap. The player really wants to join the Hornets. Xavi has directly blocked Eric Garcia's exit, but the centre-back is demanding a loan move to Girona to get more minutes. My son trained for many years to get to where he is. He has not made up his mind yet to play for Morocco or Spain, but I would be very proud if he played for Morocco. If he plays for Spain, I would be happy too because he's my son, Lamine Yamal's father states. Napoli have announced the signing of Eintracht Frankfurt attacking midfielder Jesper Lindström. It'll be a 5 million euros loan deal with a 20 million euros obligation to buy clause. Nottingham Forest have agreed a loan deal for Arsenal fullback Nuno Tavares, who played for Olympique Marseille last season. The legendary ex-Barcelona left-back Jordi Alba has decided to retire from international football with Spain. Manchester United have made a £2 million loan offer for Chelsea defender Marc Cucurella. The Spaniard is open to this option. The newly minted Italy coach Luciano Spalletti has named his staff. Gianluigi Buffon, who has recently finished his career at the age of 45, has become the head of delegation. One of Arsenal's leaders, Bukayo Saka, has won the PFA Men's Young Player of the Year award. Portugal international and Wolverhampton Wanderers attacker Gonçalo Guedes has once again rejoined Benfica on a season-long loan deal. Ronaldinho refuses to testify over a cryptocurrency scam case in Brazil. He has already twice failed to appear before Congress on a summons. In the last 24 hours, Lille have presented a formal bid to Espanyol for Martin Braithwaite. The Spanish side rejected their opening bid, but the Mastiffs have no plans to cool off their interest. Lazio are closing in on acquiring Leonardo Bonucci as a free agent. AC Milan are ready to approach Porto with a new bid for Mehdi Taremi. The decisive hours are ahead. Al Arabi's offer for Marco Verratti does not fit into PSG's demands. Negotiations are still ongoing. The Italian doesn't yet know where he will play this season. Yesterday, we got the 3 participants of the Champions League group stage and saw some Saudi Arabia League fixtures. The results are on the screen. Alright, now it's time to move on to the main news of the release. Let's have a brief rewind of the events that happened in the Saudi Pro League. Ahli got their 4th consecutive victory in the league. The victory over Al-Tai was achieved thanks to accurate shots from Mahrez and Kessie. Despite that, yesterday's most discussed topic was Cristiano Ronaldo's recent display at Al Nassr. The Portuguese scored a brace from the penalty against Shabab, and could even have went for the 3rd goal, also from the spot kick, but gave the right to send it home to Ghareeb, winning the fans' hearts and shocking everyone a little, since everyone used to believe that Cristiano is a very selfish player. Unfortunately, Ghareeb failed to deliver. Ronaldo also managed to provide an assist to Sadio Mane. Subsequently, the 38-year-old striker leads the scoring race and the assist race with 5 goals and 2 assists. What a player! Check out the dance that the Al Nassr captain did after sliding the 2nd goal. CR7 definitely loves his life in Saudi Arabia. During an interview with Florian Plettenberg, Eintracht star Randal Colomwani has asked the Eagles management to let him leave to PSG. "I hope Eintracht will let me leave and join PSG. I owe Eintracht a lot. I always give my best. But it's no secret that PSG made a record offer for me. I'd like to join them as it's a big opportunity. I hope Eintracht will accept." We would like to remind you that the German side is asking for 80 million euros plus Ugo Ekitike for its forward. Manchester City head coach Pep Guardiola has a very intriguing option to pursue his career as soon as his contract with Man City expires in the summer of 2025. According to the source, the Football Association of England sees the Spaniard as a perfect replacement for Gareth Southgate as the head coach of the national team. They want Pep to prepare the 3 Lions squad for the 2026 World Cup. Earlier on, Guardiola did not rule out the idea of working with one of the elite international teams after his club career. Joao Felix has already rented a house in Madrid to a new resident. The footballer has 1 month to leave the property. He's aware that if Barca resolve their registration issues, they will try to sign him in the final days of the transfer window. Jorge Mendes's priority lies in Felix's move to Barcelona. However, the Portuguese has already decided that if Barcelona decides not to secure his services, he will accept an offer from Saudi Arabia. Al Hilal would want to see Joao in its roster. The option to stay at Atletico Madrid is completely out of the question for Felix. Earlier on, the youngster spent the second half of last season on an unsuccessful away loan at Chelsea. AS Roma wanted to have Romelu Lukaku in their squad so badly, the American owner of the club, Dan Friedkin, brought the Belgian to Rome on his personal plane. Unlike Juventus fans, the yellow and red supporters did not mind his transfer at all. They all arrived at the airport where they gave the club's latest signing a very warm welcome. We would like to remind you that Lukaku is going on a year-long loan worth 6 million euros. Then, his release clause put in his contract with Chelsea will be worth 37 million. Under the new terms, the Belgian will earn 7.5 million euros per year. Barcelona talent Ansu Fati has taken 2 days off to consider his future. After that, he stopped rolling out his departure from the Catalans camp and became closer to being sold. As of this moment, Fati has 2 approaches from Premier League giants Chelsea and Tottenham. Spurs seem to be the most persistent in talks, but Mauricio Pochettino is in love with the striker's gaming qualities. Nevertheless, it can only be a loan without the possibility of making it a permanent deal. Xavi has no intention to sell Ansu, counting on him in the future. PSG officials still believe in Mbappe's renewal, as he made actions that have caused them to think of such an outcome. The situation may be similar to the 2021-22 campaign. Nassr Al-Khelaifi is the most optimistic about the whole matter. He is sure that after closing of the transfer window, he will be able to find enough financial levers to persuade Kylian to stay with the Red and Blues. Real Madrid, in turn, are not going to make any moves on Mbappe until the next summer. If they would want to let the Frenchman, then only in the summer of 2024 as a free agent. Folks, would you like to play as Lionel Messi? Of course you would love to, but it's actually very difficult to become the new Messi. The Football Club channel has prepared a very interesting video just for you. Have a great time watching. Well, we say goodbye to you. Have a nice one, and see ya in a bit.